G'day everyone, and welcome back to a inbox review. Well, technically not an inbox review, but what we've got is a in-book review. What are you talking about? They're saying, Matt, what are you doing? Are you off your tree? Well, I might be off my tree by trying to build this particular kit. And I'm very excited about it. Arrived in the mail today, and this is the JSC 1 to 400 scale. It's a card model kit, and it's of the HMS Sheffield and Atlantic Conveyor. These are manufactured in Poland and are really to a high standard. I've been watching a few channels on how to build these, because this is the only way I can get some really unusual subjects, which I like. And this one will be built as part of a group build that I'll be entering. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick look through it, just to show you what they sort of consist of, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I do like when I got this is this front cover. Now, this is the Atlantic Conveyor during the Falklands. You can see with the Sea Harrier about to land. But one thing you get with this, which I think is a bonus, this will make a beautiful painting in a frame for your model room if you're interested. So we get into some of the different language call-outs. So we've got German, English and Polish, and Polish of course first because they made it, and then we get to the English. So basically this is just like a little bit of a history of the Atlantic Conveyor and the guided missile destroyer Sheffield, just telling you a little bit about them, how they were built, what happened to them. Tragically both sunk during the Falklands War, both with loss of life, and it's really a nice little bit of information. It's quite good. And then we go into here, which is the assembly instructions. Now this is not like a normal model kit where you cut the sprues out, etc. What you've got to do here is carefully to read these instructions, and then you use these areas here, these number guides, to help you build the ship up in subsections. So what happens with these subsections is you carefully build bulkheads and everything like that, and then you work your way through the kit and following the instructions, and it just builds up a little one piece at a time, and very strong. And if you go and check out Frankie Day's scale models now, young Frank's been building these card models I think since the 1960s, and he's built a vast range of different kits, different varieties of aircraft and ships. And at the moment, on one of the things he's building is a 1/200 scale Titanic, was absolutely huge. And if you look at some of his paper models, I think you wouldn't tell they were paper until he actually told you they were. So more figure out here shows you some of the layout of where the aircraft go and bits and pieces, and what sub-assemblies go where. It's more telling you some construction wise, some detailed line drawings. And then we get into my favourite part, which is some of this beautifully printed paper. So we've got parts here for the Hawker Siddeley GR3s, which is a selection of GR3s with all stores, right down to the wheels and the vents. We've got the FRS Mark 1 Sea Harriers here as well, and some parts now for the Atlantic Conveyor. Then we get into a thicker cardboard. You might see here the difference. Now these are your bulk, these are your assemblies, which is virtually the backbone of your kit. So you're building up bulkheads, which the other pieces of paper, the thinner pieces of paper, act as the skin. So these are where you build the framework of your model kit. And it's very clearly done. It's not something you're going to build in a day, I can tell you that, but everything is beautifully printed. It's all very clear, and it's something that's going to look quite special. And we go now to some of the beautifully done printed sides, and I'll just zoom in on this just to show you the quality of the paper, and hopefully that'll zoom in for us, and it probably won't, so we'll back it out a little bit. Now the paper is very, very nice. Of this ACL here, I know wouldn't be on the Atlantic Conveyor for the Falklands. It does tell you in the instructions you can build it as the conveyor ship, which was just used as a general public cargo ship, or you can build it as the Falkland Wars version, and it does tell you what to look for with these number call-outs, which to use, which not to use. So this one will be the civilian ship with the ACL on it. This part here, the RB and left B, so right and left, without the ACL line on it, would be the Falklands one, because they would have been completely covered over. And then we've got some beautifully printed superstructure. We've got some of the lifeboats on this thing, and they're all really, really well done. Beautifully printed, crisp and sharp. And then we've got some parts of the Sheffield now, so this is all the grey colour for the Sheffield. See the deck, some of the superstructure, and all these pieces have all got to be cut, folded and moulded, and they mould bits and pieces with them by using fine bits of wire and different types of little rollers to bend it round and to shape it. Here's all the containers, the Atlantic Conveyor, and here's the two deck systems. So we've got the civilian version of the Atlantic Conveyor, and we've got the militarised version of the Atlantic Conveyor. This is the one I'm going to do, and just have a look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really so looking forward to building this, and this is all so far in this really, really beautiful cardboard. And so we've got some more containers here, and this is for the version of the conveyor that fought in the Falklands. So this is the container part for the Falklands. And then we've got some more parts for Sheffield, more parts for the conveyor, right down to a little forklift and everything. Parts for the Chinooks, parts for the Lynx, helicopters. I did read that some of these actual containers were used as crew quarters, so on the ship. More parts of the Atlantic Conveyor. We've got more superstructure and some of the rear drive-on, drive-off. Some more superstructure. Once again, beautifully printed. It looks absolutely fantastic. More parts for the Sheffield, or the Atlantic Conveyor, I think. I'd say it's Sheffield. Parts of the Atlantic Conveyor, and some wonderful bits and pieces. We've got the aircraft tug, we've got flight crane decking, we've got aft crane flight deck, we've got the Lynx helicopters, we've got Wessex, Chinooks, all to be assembled. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to look fantastic. And here we've got some more instruction booklets and diagrams helping you build more superstructure up, building the cranes, building the Sea Harriers, building the drive-off parts for the rear deck, and then we've got the German part of the instructions. We've got some more instructions now for the Sheffield, so building the forward gun, some of the air defence systems, the captain's boat, motor launch, and finally on the back here is a rigging diagram, let you know how to rig the Sheffield up. On the back, completed model kits. Just have a look at that. I'm sorry about the glare there, guys. That's just fantastic. Looking so much forward to building this. Anyway, with this kit it came two options. You could either have it with or without laser cut parts. And I thought to myself, what are laser cut parts? And then I found out once I've ordered these and I've gone home and looked at them, that the laser cut parts are actually like a paper photo etch. We'll open this up and have a look. Man, this is the detail. These guys from Poland, and for what the price you pay for them, they're one hell of a kit. So inside this little bag, let's get one done because I want to look after them all. Inside this little bag is some instructions, and have a look at this. These are laser cut cardboard. Just let me just pull that off of there. Now hopefully you can see that. These are like decks, doors and hatches, blades for the helicopter, cranes and davits. That is good, if not as good as photo etch. We've got stairs and handrails, helicopter blades for the lynxes. That is just absolutely sensational. Just have a look at the detail in that. That's just one. That's just those stairs down the bottom there. They're just unbelievable stairways, all laser cut out of a cardboard. Unbelievable, boys and girls. Some more cut here. So we've got some davits, some rails, some walkway parts of the anchor winch, the anchor, parts of the Sheffield anchor, and a few things like that. Unbelievable. And just have a look at that. Now this is for the Sheffield. This is part of the radar. See how that's, if I set that in behind there, look at that. That is so finely done, cut out of cardboard, guys. Fantastic. JSC, you guys are unbelievable. I've just never seen anything like this before in a model kit. And even part of the rear drive on drive off ramp, beautifully cut. Beautifully, beautiful. So that's it, guys. I am blown away by this kit. Now I probably won't be able to build it and do it justice, but I'm telling you now, if you guys want to do something over the winter, they've got kits there that start from about $13 Australian. Buy one, build it. Do yourself a favour, get out of your comfort zone for a change. Get one with this laser cut detail. It's superb. I've never seen anything like it my whole entire life out of cardboard, and if this is the quality that these guys at JSC in Poland, at Conveyor, and you know, good Reynolds, Duck, you've done an excellent job. So until next time, guys, be safe, model hard, buy yourself a paper model kit and build it. God bless you all. Dogs are genuine. A little bit of effort, you can get a good result out of an old kit. Catch ya.